Good day, everyone. This is Michael from BroJMR, and this week on Library Tours with Michael, we are going magnetic. And by magnetic, I mean we are talking about 8-tracks and cassettes. So come along, pull out your Walkman, and let's check these things out. Alright, so we've moved out of the office and into the game room today because A, just wanted a little change of pace, and B, it's a lot easier to just bring the camera and light in here than to move all the stuff into the other room to have it. So you're getting a change of pace, change of venue, and excuse the fur babies if I didn't bring them in here. They'd be on the door, pounding on the door. So let's get started with some 8-track tapes. The first one I'm going to show you is an example of what happens when a 8-track player eats the cassette. And this is a foreigner double vision. This is what they look like. They are cassettes. They just slide in like this. And this is what happens when the player eats it. The tape gets pulled out, and without some tools and some know-how, there's no way to fix this. So essentially, this tape is ruined. The next one we have, that I have, is, which one is this? Hey Jude by the Beatles. A lot of the stuff that you're gonna see is either rock or some kind of pop. Around where I personally live, it's very hard to find 8-tracks. If you do find them, they're going to be country, and I don't listen to country, so I have no interest in them. So when I find 8-tracks that are of the genre that I like, I usually pick them up. The next one is Queen's Greatest Hits. This one has Under Pressure, Somebody to Love, You're My Best Friend, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Flash, Killer Queen, Fat Bottom Girls, Bicycle Race, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, Keep Yourself Alive, and Play the Game. This is one of my favorite ones because I love Queen. The next one is Kiss Double Platinum. And sometimes they have the tracks in the front, sometimes they have them on the back. Next one is Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Not a lot of art on this one. And then we have Eagles, The Long Run. The Beatles, Part 2. And then we also have, in their original boxes, we have the Beatles 1967 to 1970 parts 1 and 2, known as the Blue Album sometimes because it's of the blue. It had blue, red, and then it had the white. And so these are from 1973. So this is really cool that I like to find that I have them in the box as well. Alright, before we switch over to the rack of cassettes, I'm going to show you one that I found for like 49 cents. Tupac, Until the End of Time. This is, I believe this is an edited copy of it, but I have it because it's in this cool slipcover. Let's see if we can get the tapes out. Here's the back. And then here's the artwork for the actual cassettes. This is not in with my other cassettes because since it does have the slip cover, I prefer to actually keep it in its slip cover, keep it more protected, and it won't fit. So it stays in my foot locker with my 8 tracks and all of my vinyl 45s. All right, so let's switch around to the cassettes. All right, so as you can see, we're on my my VHS wall, and I do have one shelf right here in the middle dedicated to cassette tapes. It actually works out the way these shelves were designed, that half of the tapes are up top and half are at the bottom, and then the small section in the middle works out because they're the perfect size for cassettes. All right, so here we go with the Cassingles. These are alphabetized because with my OCD things set up in the display like this, they've got to be alphabetized. That's just the way it is. The first one is Cold Hearted by Paula Abdul. Backside of this is, or the B side is One or the Other. We have another Paula Abdul, Straight Up. Everybody remembers this song, Straight Up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? You know you guys did it. And the backside is the Power Mix, a remix of Straight Up. Then we have Bad English, When I See You Smile. The backside being Rockin' Horse. There's the backside of it. And for those of you who are younger and maybe have stumbled across this and don't know what a cassette tape is, I do forget that there are people who don't know what a cassette tape is, which really makes me sad. That makes me hopeful because cassettes are making a resurgence the same way vinyl did several years ago. This is a cassette tape. This is what old people like myself used to listen to music on, whether it was in our Walkman or on our home stereo, or if we were lucky enough to have a tape deck in our car. That's how we listen to music. And so the next one is the Bengals, Eternal Flame. And the backside was What I Meant to Say. Next we have the Beach Boys, Kokomo. This one is a Cassingle from a soundtrack by the Tom Cruise movie Cocktail. The backside of it is Tutti Frutti. This one, I actually have the entire album on cassette. So we'll look at that in a little bit. First one is by Def Leppard is Have You Ever Needed Someone So Bad? It's a great song from Def Leppard. The B-side is Elected. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get to see these guys in concert this summer. The next one from Def Leppard is Let's Get Rocked. And the B-side is Only After Dark. Next we have a band called Extreme. More Than Words is the name of the single. The other side is More Than Words, the remix. This was a great song. Love the song. So the next one we have is Amy Grant, Baby Baby. The B-side is, the A-side is the LP version. The B-side is the 7-inch Heart in Motion mix, the remix for the single, for the vinyl single. And that was actually really good. Amy Grant was a Christian pop singer who crossed over into contemporary music, and so she did have some crossover hits. Next is Guns N' Roses, Patience, the backside being Rocket Queen. This, along with a Motley Crue single I have, were actually the first Cassingles I ever bought whenever I got back into music collecting. This one right here. Got them at a garage sale in New Braunfels, actually. The next one is Chris Isaak, Wicked Game. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. The backside is an instrumental of it. Next we have Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation. The backside is the instrumental version of Rhythm Nation. The next one is, everybody, even if you weren't growing up in the 80s, you know this song. Criss Cross, Jump, Jump. I was so shocked to find a Cassingle of this one. I'm trying to see what the B-side is. I might have to actually pull the tape out and look. A-side is the radio edit. B-side is also the radio edit. So I guess it's the same song twice. Next one is one from the 90s, La Bouche, Be My Lover. And this one still has most of its plastic. It's not completely sealed, but they did just slide it open in the bottom so we can pull the cassette out. The B-side is the Radio Edit 2. All right, the next one is one of my favorite songs from the 80s period of all time. Toy Soldiers by Martika. The backside of it being Exchange of Hearts. And if you've never listened to this song, or if you haven't heard it in a while, really take a listen to it, and really take a listen to the lyrics, and listen to it again. It took on a whole new meaning when I grew up and realized what the song was about. It just makes it that much more powerful. All right, we have Richard Marx twice, but here's the first one. Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting. This one is one that has them on both sides. And what's special about this one is this is a promotional one. This one was never meant to be for sale. It has the same song on both sides, and so that's pretty cool. And so next one we have is Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting. The B-side is Waiting for the Sunrise. And what's the difference between these two is this is a promotional copy. This is the sales copy, the one that was actually put out for sale. And one that's cool about this is I like it. It has a really cool blue cassette. Next one is one that I had on 45. I've got it on a 33 and a third, and I've got it on cassette. George Michael, I Want Your Sex. This is from Beverly Hills Cop 2, if you remember from the Vinyl 45's record. It has 3 versions: Rhythm 1, Rhythm 2, Rhythm 3, Lust, Brass and Love, and The Last Request. And then the B-side is Hard Day. This was what was called a cassette maxi single, where they packed in as much as they could onto it. Tried to get as much music onto it. And as you can see, it has more tape than normal. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got a lot of tape on it, so they really maxed out how much music they can put on it. The next one is Mr. Big, To Be With You. The backside is Green Tinted 60s Mind. This is another good ballad song from the 80s. This is one of the original Cassingles I got. This is Motley Crue's Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away. And the B-side is Rattlesnake Shake Motley Crue. Motley Crue is one of my all-time favorite metal bands ever. And this is from the single from Dr. Feelgood. All right, next one I have is New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough. I don't care what you say about the band. New Kids on the Blocks was an 80s staple, and Hanging Tough was one of their biggest hits ever. The other song on it is Didn't I Blow Your Mind? So New Kids on the Block, I actually have a couple other albums as well on cassette. So the next one we have by New Kids on the Block is Tonight. I don't actually know this song. The B-side of it is Hold On. I don't remember this song at all, but to be fair, in the 80s, I didn't listen to New Kids on the Block. I knew of them. I knew of their song, but I didn't actually actively listen to them. I was more into heavy metal and hair metal at the time. The next one is called a band called The Party. Now, if you don't remember who The Party is, I'm sorry. They were actually a really good band. This is the song called In My Dreams, and the B-side is Gotcha. Now, The Party was a quartet that formed on the Mickey Mouse Club. Mickey Mouse Club back in the 80s and late 80s and early 90s put out a lot of stars. I mean, we obviously know Britney, Christina, Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake. We all know that those are the biggest alums. But The Party was actually a really good quartet, pop dance quartet that came from that show. And so if you were a fan of Mickey Mouse Club back in the day, you probably know who this is. If you were not, or if you don't remember them, look them up. They're not bad. Another single by them is That's Why. This has two mixes on the front side, the LP mix and the power mix. And the other side is Adult Decision. This is another Cassingle. And there's the back of it. The next one we have is PM Dawn, Set Adrift on Memory Bliss. I don't know if you guys know this song. This is actually a great song. It's classic. I say that a lot about a lot of stuff, but this really is such a great, overall, just a great in general song. You should definitely check this out if you've never heard this song before. Oh, sorry. The back side of it is A Watcher's Point of View is the B-side. Next thing we have is, I mean, everybody knows who Prince is. Do I need to say more? This is Sexy MFer. Do I need to even say more of it? The backside is a song called Strollin'. I really don't need to speak any more about Prince because there's nothing more to say because everybody knows who Prince is. All right, we have Poison, Something to Believe In. The backside is Ball and Chain. I'm hoping to see these guys in concert this year, along with Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Thank you, COVID, for ruining this concert for the past 2 years. So hopefully that will work out this year. The final one I have is Warrant, I Saw Red. The backside is a bonus acoustic version of I Saw Red. So another really good 80s ballad. So that's it. All right, thank you everyone for joining me this week as we look at my cassette tapes I have. I really like cassettes. I prefer vinyl, but as far as a portable format, I love cassettes. They're just so much nostalgia and memory to them. Just the fact that you could take your music with you and have it portable back in the day was just mind-blowing. It was just amazing. You didn't have to be formed to staying at home. So I hope you all enjoyed seeing everything I have. If you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, check out the links coming up. And thank you for watching. Blessed be, and have a good evening.